Well, good morning everybody and welcome to another video. You find me once again in Ulaanbaatar. Last week we were west, very close to the Russian border. We've come all the way back to Ulaanbaatar and now we're going to drive about 600 kilometers east to the Chinese border, where we're going to be searching for Pallas Cats. I have no idea what to expect, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Alright, welcome to Changis City. Quick stop off for some lunch at the Conberg restaurant and supermarket. Pretty cool, just miles and miles and miles and miles of nothing, and then bang, Changis City. Oh, well that was very nice. Now onwards to our camp. Oh, it's so cold. So we have arrived at camp. Wow, this is remote, but it's absolutely beautiful. There you go, mate. Yeah, I'll take that, it's okay. It's been an 8-hour car journey, and somehow during that 8 hours, all my bags have unpacked themselves and my stuff is everywhere. So, you know, start as we mean to go on. Messy. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, so toasty and warm. So we are having a discussion because old Michael Phelps here is a bit of a snorer. He's a bit of a snorer. So I'm as far away as possible from Mike's bed. This is bigger than the other one. It feels bigger. Well, good morning everybody. Today we are looking for the Pallas Cats. I'm very excited about this. I just brought my camera gear outside of the yurts because inside there it's about 22, 23 degrees, lovely and warm. Out here it's freezing, so if you bring your camera straight from a warm environment out into the cold, it's it could fog up and cause problems when shooting. So I'm kind of acclimatizing my gear so that when we head off in the vehicles, hopefully they won't steam up, we'll see. But yeah, it's going to be a good morning. Can I get in, Mo? Oh yeah, I'll take the front. Cheers, man. Yes, front seat. So we've just stopped for our first wildlife sighting, and there is a fox in the snow. This is very cool. Just commando crawling closer to the fox. So much fun. I tell you what, it's different to shooting landscapes. Oh, that was a wonderful experience, the fox. Just stood up and back down into its den. Oh, what a wonderful way to start this day. Right, onwards to the Pallas Cats. So we've stopped, and I think they are using this hill as a vantage point to look for the Pallas Cat. So one thing I wasn't really prepared for with this part of the trip was the absolute vastness of this area. I mean, it's just white as far as the eye can see. There is absolutely nothing. It just feels like a real adventure. We are off-road, off the beaten track. Yeah, this is very exciting. Okay. So there is a cat just burrowing or buried or laying down in the snow. Let's see if we can get our first Pallas Cat shot.
This was a brief encounter with the Pallas Cat, as she lay there wondering what on earth all these photographers were doing. My image is okay and a nice record shot, but trust me, things get a lot better, especially as the weather begins to turn.
We are well and truly stuck. It's freezing cold. But another car is now coming to our rescue, so we should be okay. But flipping heck, ooh, the wind chill. Sometimes you have to question whether or not it's worth it.
On the elation of freeing our vehicle, we can now focus again on finding a Pallas Cat, but with all of this spin drift, it's not going to be easy.
So whilst the guides look for the Pallas Cats, just let me take this opportunity to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Squarespace. Now, if you don't know who Squarespace are, they're an all-in-one website building platform. So if you're a photographer and you're in the need of your own website, your own domain, a nice online gallery, an online store, even your own members area, well, you can do it all through Squarespace, easily yourself, without any web building or coding experience. Just log on to squarespace.com/Heaton and you'll get a free trial. And if you like that free trial, use the offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. I definitely recommend it. It's easy, drag and drop system, and yeah, just get on YouTube, look at a few tutorials, or if you get really stuck, they've got 24/7 customer support. So yeah, go to squarespace.com/Heaton, free try, offer code Heaton for 10% off your first purchase. I feel like I'm rushing this because I'm flipping freezing. Well yeah, anyway, fingers crossed the guys will be spotting the Pallas Cat soon, although I expect it's quite tricky with all of the wind, spin drift. Yeah, it's not the easiest conditions to work in.
Now there's a well-known saying amongst photographers, good weather is bad weather and bad weather is good weather. And this was particularly bad weather. It made finding the Pallas Cats difficult and working in these conditions was arduous. And whilst I really struggled to video this encounter, the images of these cats in this windstorm really speak for themselves.
So the cat is sheltering between two rocks, got all the snow blowing on its face. It's fantastic. Let's see if we get down low. So it's a little bit tricky this to film because the angle to view the cat is very narrow. So if you go too far left, too far right, you barely see the cat. So we're all, as you can see, we're all sort of squashed in together to get the shot. It's beautiful, the way that the spin drift is just blasting past the cat, sticking to its face all of the snow. It's really, really interesting shot, actually. You can barely make out that it's a cat because of the snow. But yeah, this is good, this is good.
Seeing the cat in these weather conditions really goes to show how hostile the environment is that they have to live in. And for me, that's what makes these next images so special.
Oh, that was incredible. The cat just ran off. And I got shots of it running away. I didn't get the shot of it running towards me, which is the one that I wanted. So hard to film. Like, I could barely operate the camera in these freezing temperatures. My fingers are numb. And yeah, to film it is difficult, but that was a fantastic encounter. Wow, we need to get in and warm up. I'll put some images on now because I think that was quite nice. Yeah, really happy with that. Ooh.
That encounter would mark the end of our photography for the next couple of days, as the bad weather continued to move in and get much worse, making travel difficult and finding and shooting Pallas Cats nigh on impossible. We had no other choice than to hunker down and wait for the storm to pass.
Oh, that took some doing. A lot of digging, bit of towing. Thought we were going to be stuck. Look how deep this is though, man. Look at this. That is one snowy trench. Yeah, proper photographic adventure this. We can't beat it. Love it, man. Love it. Well, good morning everybody. Another day in Mongolia, but unfortunately there is no photography today, which is a great shame. Ugh. Oh, and that is because there is an absolute storm raging outside. Oh, it's about minus 30 degrees and the wind is absolutely howling, although it does seem to have dropped a little bit. If I spin the camera around, you can see that, oh God, it is truly biting. I'm walking 40 yards to the kitchen tent, no real winter clothing on. Oh, and it's just awful. So down there into the whiteness is the toilet, which is where I'm heading now. I thought I'd take you with me because on a day like today, it's not a pleasant experience. I don't know, I kind of enjoy this though. I really do. I've got some gloves on now, so I feel a lot better. Let me spin you around. Well, that's that taken care of. Now I need to walk back to the Ger, which I tell you, it's going to be miserable. Oh God. See, it doesn't look that bad. It's just wind and spin drift, but it's minus 30. Biting. I need goggles because I can't see. Oh God. I'm getting brain freeze. Oh God, the difference. Oh my God, the difference it makes. Walking with the wind to your back, which is okay, but walking into the wind, it's really arduous. And now I've got a blooming headache. Just brain breathe. I know. You Canadians will be laughing at me right now. Right, where are we going? This way. Spin you around. So that was walking about 50 yards, and I'm in serious pain. My thumb is numb, just had my thumb out just to operate the camera, numb. The wind blasted here, got a brain freeze and couldn't actually see because the snow was blowing in my face. -30, 50 yards. 50 yards. Man, if you were stranded out there, you wouldn't have a hope in hell. Anyway, toasty warm in here, look at this. Oh yeah, we've got the stove going nicely there. So yeah, we just chill out, wait it out, and then see how the landscape has changed with all of this snow and wind. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The storm has passed and we are off on another photographic adventure. Look at this though. It's lovely, there's no wind at all. However, it is currently reading -30 degrees Celsius. I'd say, yeah, exactly -30 degrees Celsius. It's going to be phenomenal, but I tell you what, it's going to be a difficult drive this morning. All of the snowdrift, all of the storms that will have filled the dips and the hollows. I predict we're going to get stuck many, many times. But if we do find some wildlife, if we find another Pallas cat, could look incredible in this beautifully pristine landscape that we're going into. Fingers crossed. All right, first challenge of the day, getting the vehicles out of the yard. It's probably about a 4-foot snowdrift blocking the gate, and we've got about 7 or 8 people currently digging it out. I really should also be digging it out, to be fair. I will, as soon as I put this camera down. All right, that is one clear driveway. That was actually really hard work, and I wasn't even working that hard, so some guys really put their back into it, but that is a lot of snow shifted. Brilliant. Now we get the cars out now and begin the adventure. I think we're a bit stuck. Oh wow. So this is probably a great time for me to talk more about this entire operation. It's not just a case of driving around and photographing cats randomly. There's so much more to it than that. Oggy, who is our chief guide, does some incredible work in this area. So this vast landscape, this part of the Mongolian steppe that we're on, Oggy has essentially turned into a wildlife reserve. He started a non-governmental organisation and he raises funds to do things like planting bird boxes. There are over 100 bird boxes planted in this area to encourage raptors. Oggy and his wife have reintroduced marmots into the area, which in turn help with flora and fauna in the summertime. He publishes books on local wildlife so that the local community can be educated and learn about things such as the Pallas cat. He monitors the cat's population, he tracks them, he does incredible work, and that's exactly how we're able to safely approach and photograph the cats. The work that Oggy and his wife do is incredible, and without it there is no way you could come here and see the Pallas cat. They're so elusive, so difficult to get close to, so difficult to spot. And yeah, we're very, very fortunate. And I'm incredibly honoured to be a part of it. Just taking part in this wildlife trip helps fund this huge operation. It's massive. And it's just Oggy and his wife and his kids. And it's bloody brilliant. So there you go. That's this tour in a nutshell. It's not just turning up and photographing wildlife. It's part of a much bigger operation. Right, so a bit of an update. We have been chasing cats. That's what it feels like. We got stuck chasing a cat and we got out of it, and then we continued and we spotted more cats, but in the distance, and they're just getting the better of us, and it's very difficult to get ahead of them, whereby we get in a position to photograph them because of all the snowdrifts. So this is a lot of fun, a lot of chasing around. What I would say is the good thing is the light is now getting really good. So, you know, if we're going to see a cat, now's the time that we want to see it because the light is beautiful. But yeah, I don't know, we can see them, everyone's getting excited, we just can't get to them. This is crazy. Driving, chasing the cat, and then all of a sudden we do a 180 turn and we're driving back the way we've came. It's just, it's great. It's like talk about action photography. This is full on. Let's go. And there it goes. So I'm really happy with the photographs that I've got on this trip so far, but the one shot I wanted was of the Pallas cat running, coming towards me, side profile, kind of action shot. And we found the Pallas cat, and it kind of nestled down in this burrow, this little divot in the snow, and it was beautiful photograph. But it was just the cat sat there, which I've already got. And then bump up, bolted straight at me. I fired off some incredible shots. The eye tracking, the autofocus, the animal tracking on this Z8 was incredible. It locked on. I got the shot. It ran right past me. Now it's gone for dust. And I got the shot. And I was so happy. I'm sorry, I couldn't film any of it. It's wildlife. It happens so quickly and it's gone. I got a few video clips on the Z8, but yeah, got the shot. Very happy. Very, very happy. So time is almost up on our photography trip here in Mongolia, and I wasn't sure how to end it, but it seems quite fitting that I'm ending it at about 6 in the morning as we have 4 vehicles stranded in the middle of nowhere as we desperately try and make our way back to the main paved road, which is about 60 kilometers away. And I'll spin the camera around and you can see what we're driving on. The wind is howling. It's about minus 30 degrees right now. And and we have a long way to go before we can get back to Ulaanbaatar and then back to the airport. The adventure is far from over, but as it stands, we're not going anywhere as the cars try and dig themselves out of this brutally cold conditions. Let's go and have a look. I mean, this is a journey that the guys have to make day in, day out. And look, I'll spin you around. It's just brutal. It's difficult. And man, it's absolutely wild. Okay, I gotta get back to the car. I can barely walk in this. I'm slipping all over the place and I didn't put gloves on. And my hands already are really suffering, so yeah. What an adventure.
Well, thankfully it wasn't long before we were unstuck and on our way back to Ulaanbaatar. Now, if you have a bit of a thirst for adventure and fancy a trip similar to this, then you want to speak to this guy, David Gibbon. He organised the entire tour, and I will pop his details in the description below.
Well, this is a great time for me to sign off. We've made it out of the worst of the snow. We'll soon be hitting tarmac. It's been a fantastic time in Mongolia. Snow leopards, landscapes, Pallas Cats, and lots of other fantastic adventures. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, give it a subscribe. It's freezing cold, and I will see you all. Oh, no, I tell you what, I'm going to put a series of images at the end of this video that I didn't necessarily film, because filming wildlife is difficult. So enjoy the images, and I'll see you all next week.